Welcome. Welcome to the New York Community Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Loretta Brooks, and we warmly welcome you here this morning. And we are starting a whole new month, the month of September. Our theme for the month of September is faith. And you can all see that on your chair. If you did not get one, they're also on the back table. There is a flyer for our special guest who will be here on the 23rd of September. And that's going to be wonderful. I'll give you more information about that during our announcements. But right now, we have our time for our spiritual mind treatment, and I am the one that's doing that this morning, so let's know together in consciousness. So let's take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you care to. Relax. Release. And let's know the truth together. In the stillness, I speak this word, knowing, understanding, and completely accepting that God, the great source of life, is blessing each and every person in this room, including the speaker. Therefore, each and every person in this room is connected to the divine in a more special, more illuminating way than ever before. That divine intelligence is flowing through each and everyone's consciousness as each one co-creates more health, more wealth, more joyful self-expression, and more loving, harmonious relationships. Knowing that this is the truth and giving thanks for its form and expression, we celebrate life today with faith. We celebrate knowing that God is for us and that God is saying yes to all of our spiritual ideas, that God is our comforter, and that as we know that God is here for us, we are able to renew our faith. We are able to be blessed, uplifted, and inspired. We enjoy this lesson so much this morning. And through this lesson, through the music, through all of the work that is being done in consciousness, we are renewed. We are transformed by the renewing of our mind. And we move out into life with renewed faith and inspiration. All of this is the truth. Any thought patterns that would say no to this, any inner thoughts of resistance, rejection, or rebellion are completely cleansed. And the spiritual truth of knowing not only who we are, but whose we are, is prevailing in our lives this day and always. And for so much success in our lives, I simply say, thank you, Spirit, and release the treatment into the law, knowing that there is a demonstration of greater faith, greater inspiration, and greater prosperity. And we know these words are true. All is well. This word is now in the law. It is done. So be it. And together we say, and so it is. And now please help me welcome Emily Howard, our licensed practitioner. She's going to do our reading today. Emily?
Good morning. My reading is from Ernest Holmes' Can We Talk to God? Faith has been recognized as a power throughout the ages, whether it be faith in God, in one's fellows, in oneself, or in what one is doing. Those who have great faith have great power. Why is it that one person's prayers are answered while another's remain unanswered? It cannot be because God is a respecter of persons or has greater consideration for one than for another. It must be that all persons in their approach to reality receive results not because of what they believe, but in spite of the peculiarities of their belief. It must be the way of their belief that makes the difference. Faith is not a dogma, a creed, or a statement of being. It is a certain mental approach to reality. It is an affirmative approach as opposed to a negative one. It is agreement as opposed to denial. The mind can accept or it can reject, but it cannot do both with the same proposition. The mind cannot accept what it rejects. It cannot embody what it denies. It will not accept what it refuses to believe. Prayer, faith, and belief are mental attitudes. It is written that faith shall heal the sick and God shall raise him up. This implies a human act followed by an act of God. It also implies that without such a human act, the act of God will not follow. The act of God follows our faith in God. Prayer leads one to a place of mental acceptance, but prayer without faith is ineffectual. Faith elevates the prayer to conviction and acceptance. Where does God come in? God already is in and does not have to come from anywhere to anywhere. God is the entire process, both in our thought as individuals and in the universal as answering our individual thought. The prayer of faith makes it possible for the law to respond and do the thing desired. This is a natural law in the spiritual world. We need not be afraid of leaving the Spirit out of the process, for it is cause, medium, and effect, the all in all. Thank you.
Emily, that was a beautiful reading. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and now we're going to have our announcements. So one of the things that we do here during the fall is we have Wednesday evening seminars. And we are asking for donations to support that idea with a minimum donation of $100. So if you would like to support that, you can see Barbara Munlin, and she will be back next week. She and Fannie are away visiting family. So our goal is to reach $3,000 by October 1st, and we already have $1,000. So for those of you who have already contributed, we say thank you, bless you. And if you have not and would like to do so, when Barbara returns, you can see her to make the donation. Okay, thank you, Barbara. Okay, so if you would like to make a donation, you can see Barbara Blake, okay? So $3,000, and I know we're going to make that. That's not going to be a problem. And we're going to have some wonderful, wonderful things going on Wednesday evenings at the Unitarian Center. So this is the man that I thought was in Earth, Wind, and Fire. You can see that I made a mistake about that, right? He's not in Earth, Wind, and Fire. He is a great meditation teacher who works with people who are in Earth, Wind, and Fire. And he has worked at Harvard University, Columbia, Carnegie Hall, Dharma Yoga Center. He's worked with the Dalai Lama, Deepak Chopra, and Michael Beckwith. He's also worked with the Amity Foundation and also the Collective Evolution. So we are very pleased that he's going to be here for us on September 23rd, which is a Sunday from 12 until 2. So you can come for the service and then stay. And all of the people in our community will only pay $20. That's very fair, but we ask that you bring that money in over the next couple of weeks. And if you could, you can make it out to the New York Community Center for Spiritual Living if it's a check, and also that money will be collected by Emily. Are you going to help with that? Yes, thank you, Emily. So you can see Emily about that, and we'll sign you up and so on. And it's going to be a wonderful afternoon. I'm absolutely sure of that. It's going to be wonderful. Okay. So I also just want to say that we're going to have Carol Look here in October. She's an EFT specialist, and we'll have more about that. So we have a lot of very exciting things coming up that we're going to be doing. More classes will be coming to us. I'm doing a class. I've decided to do the Miracle Morning again, but I'm going to use a different, the Spiritual Path will be the name of the class. So I'm going to be doing that again as well. So we'll have more information about that. And I just want to say, I always say this, and it's always true, that the way you feel when you come in, you will feel very differently when you go out. And it's not true for most of you who come here all the time. It's very true. So now it's time for all of us to greet each other and say Happy Sunday to one another. So Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Melba. Blessings. Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Happy Sunday, Barbara. I'm so happy for your sister. Happy Sunday. So I'll do the, yeah. Oh, for her, yeah. Okay. Happy Sunday. Okay. Happy Sunday. Okay, and now it is an absolute pleasure for me to introduce a very special guest artist who will be accompanied by Yoichi. And her name is Melba Joyce, and she's here for the first time to perform, and she's been an understudy in Black and Blue on Broadway. She has an illustrious career in music, and I'm sure you will love her voice. She has a very beautiful, beautiful voice. So she and Yoichi will be accompanying her, the magic of Yoichi. So please help me welcome both of these very special musical artists. Melba, Yoichi. And the name of the song is, I almost forgot, Throw It Away.
Good morning. I'm going to say it like this. Ernest Holmes says it like this. In the back of the textbook, you'll find this. Can you hear me now? Okay. Yes, when I first realized the meaning of the song that my friend Abby Lincoln, the late Abby Lincoln, wrote, I could hear Ernest Holmes saying, "My own shall come to me. From far and near, my own shall come to me. Even now it is coming to me, and I receive it. My own is coming to me, and I receive it. My own is now manifesting itself to me, and I see and know its presence. My own shall know and respond to me. My own cannot be kept from me. Neither can I keep my good away from me. I receive my good now. My own shall find me. No matter where I go, it will follow and claim me. I cannot hide myself from my own. My own shall come to me, even though I deny it. For there is nothing in me that can hinder it from entering and taking possession of my soul. My own is now expressed." I think about the
natural obligation to what we own and claim, possessing and belonging to, acknowledging a name. So keep your head wide open if you're needing love today. You can't lose it even if you throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Give your heart, give your life, each and every day. Keep your head wide open. Let the sun shine through. You can never lose a thing. If it belongs to you, you can never ever lose a thing. If it belongs to you, you can never ever lose a thing. If it belongs to you. And so it is.
Wonderful, beautiful voice, huh? That was really nice. I really enjoyed that so much. Beautiful, 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 beautiful people. We welcome you here this morning, and we are talking about faith, and the title of my talk is The Power of Conviction. There is a power that we are using in the world, and it is good for us, and it blesses us, uplifts us, and inspires us. And it really gives us the truth of who and what we are. We are, each and every one of us, so blessed, so uplifted, so inspired. The music, Yoichi, that was beautiful also. Beautiful, beautiful music. You know, music is something that really celebrates our aliveness, our very being. And so I'm always so grateful for music. It really makes us feel good. It touches our soul. And so do words. Words touch our soul as well. So we have to be very mindful of our words, don't we? Yes, we do. Someone reminded me of that this morning. Thank you, Catherine. You reminded me of that. Thank you. So I am very, very grateful that all of you are here this morning and that I'm going to be speaking to you about faith, because it is faith in ourselves. It is faith and appreciation that gives us our lives, that improves the quality of our lives, and that creates for us all kinds of wonderful things. So I want to start out, as I always do, with a quote. And this is a quote from the Bible. And in the Bible, it says, the Old Testament, the New Testament, it says, we walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by faith, not by sight. This is the power of conviction. So you walk by faith, not by sight. It is not really the things that you see, but it is that part of yourself within you where you cannot see something and yet you would like to have it. Peace of mind, letting go of stress, all of the things that we face each and every day. And through our method of spiritual mind treatment, we have faith not only in ourselves, but in the power that is within us. The power that transforms our consciousness and uplifts and inspires us and blesses us. We are truly transformed. The music this morning, transforming us. The beautiful voice, the beautiful music, transforming our consciousness, lifting us up. How many people in here would like a lift? I'm not talking about the car service, I'm talking about a lift in consciousness. We have that lift in consciousness that is always blessing us, uplifting us, and inspiring us. And so I found this little wonderful book, and I ordered some, but they're all gone, so I'll order some more of them. This is a wonderful little book by Catherine Ponder about the heart of prosperity, and I just want to kind of show you. I marked this one because this is really what I'm talking about this morning. So Catherine Ponder says, persist and persevere in knowing that congenial work can and shall be yours. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that everything has a price. I love Emerson. He said everything has a price, and if that price is not paid, then not that thing, but something else is obtained. So persist in paying the price in inner and outer ways, and you shall gain from life what you truly desire. Do you get that? Do you get what Ralph is saying? I love Ralph. Ralph is wonderful. He's talking about persisting in paying the price, not only in the outer world, but in the inner world. And I have learned so much about this over the last 10 years. I have learned that by going within and doing my prayer work and by knowing something for myself, I will demonstrate it. That is the power of conviction. You must know that whatever you are seeking is seeking you. That if you have an idea for something, that idea did not come on the human level, it came from spirit. And that when you do everything that you can to create that idea, whether it be for health or wealth or new employment, Spirit is backing you up. Spirit is saying yes to you and blessing you. If you need peace of mind, you have to let go of the idea that you need to struggle for something, because you don't need to struggle. You just need to let go and know. Knowing the truth is where we are in consciousness. When we know the truth about something, we are totally blessed. We are uplifted and inspired. Ernest Holmes says this: we need not ask how we should reach out to God, or by what authority, or under what name or sign. All we need to do is to reach. You see? All we need to do is to reach and to know that God is there. We don't need to know. The important thing is to reach. A physical reach is something that we all know how to do. If I ask you to reach for a glass of water and there's some water near you, you just reach out and touch it. You get that glass of water. Faith asks you to reach out for whatever it is that you would like to have and know that you already have it. That's the power of conviction. That is what Ernest Holmes and all of the great mystics have talked about. When they say to reach out for something or reach within for something, you are going within to know the truth about your life and about what is right for you. Right action in action is always blessing you, uplifting you, comforting you. Faith. And they say faith without works is dead. What does that mean? What they're saying is that when we have faith, we have to act upon that faith. We have to do whatever is necessary in our worlds to create whatever it is that we are creating. But we have to remember something, that we're not alone, that power has been given to us. Dr. Grayson always taught us, the power is given to you. It is your ability to use it. And when you use it, you create more and more good in your life each and every day. We don't get it by complaining that it's not working, because that's what we will get more of. We get it by knowing that it is a part of us, that it is a power for good. There was a wonderful demonstration that was made this week, and I got a phone call about it. I don't mention names, I don't talk about people, but this demonstration was for an operation that someone was having. We did the treatment work, and the operation was very, very successful, because there were people around this person who knew the truth. They knew that this operation would be completely successful, and it was. And I knew that as well. What are you knowing for yourself? That is a question that only each and every one of you can answer. What is it that you would like to have more of in your life? More joy, more peace, more empowerment. We all would like to have those things. So we turn off the television and we go within. You know, Rumi said something very interesting. He said, we must work as hard on the inside as we work on the outside. And that means that we have to go within and we have to do our prayer work, and we have to know that we are one with this magnificent one. That the power and presence that created us out of itself is always giving to us. Your faith is spirit. Begin this day with conviction and complete trust in the power. the power and presence of God for good in our lives. I'm not going to tell you what I just saw running across the floor. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Anyway, getting back to treatment, let's know that this... Don't scream. It's all going to work. We're going to know the truth, that this mouse will find his way home. We're going to know the truth. See, this is our faith. Do you have faith? No, you have to have faith. You can't get up and scream. You have to have faith. I hope this is being recorded. This is really great, isn't it? This is a great demonstration. So we are testing our faith right now by knowing that mouse finds its way back to its home. Go back. Thank you. Is it gone? Just a little mouse. It won't bother us. It's gone. Okay? You know, when we were in the map room, we'd see these all the time, so we kind of got used to it. But now we're up here, we never see them anymore. But they're here. They're with us. They're just little creatures. Okay. So let's come back and get centered. And let's know this truth together, that God is a power for good in the universe, and that God is blessing us right here and right now. And we are inspired. This is a new day, a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning for each and every one of us. What will you do with the day? You know, I remember a friend of mine once said to me, well, you know, it's a good way to pass the time. I can't wait for this day to be over. I used to do that when I was in school. Anybody ever do that? When I was in high school, I couldn't wait to get out the door, you see. Now I realize that I am blessed and that each day is a part of something great for me. And I have to create it like an artist would. I have to make it work for me. Because we all know that when God is for you, there is no one and nothing that can be against you. Spirit is always blessing us. This is a whole new beginning. It's a whole new year for us. I know that in the Jewish celebration, they begin their new year in September. And I know that a lot of teachers don't look forward to going back to school. I was one, I know that truth. But a lot of them do, because a lot of them get excited like the children, and they can't wait to go back to school. So what can't you wait to do with your life? Ask yourself that question. What would you like to do more of with your life, and then get busy doing it? Get busy doing your treatment work. Do your treatment work. Know that there's a power for good in the universe. And with faith in that power, you can co-create whatever it is that you would like to have in your life. You have to know what that is, though, because no one can know that for you. Melba was given the gift of a beautiful voice, you see? But you have to honor your gifts. You may have a gift that's very different from Melba's. Honor it, develop it, enrich it, bless it. Bless yourself and appreciate yourself each and every day. And know that you are a part of a divine heritage, that you are always being blessed more and more and more. You must know this with certainty and with conviction, because God is within you. You walk by faith, not by vision. I'll say that again. You walk by faith, not by vision, because the things that you are not seeing now, you can see if you will open your spiritual eyes. Your spiritual eyes are whole, perfect, and complete. Your ears are whole, perfect, and complete. Every part of you is whole, perfect, and complete. What are you knowing about yourself? And what are you knowing about your limitations? You see? Because limitations are things that we tell ourselves. If we begin to accept that we are unlimited and that we can do, be, or become anything that we would like to become. I've been working and I've been dabbling a little bit in the stock market. It's a very interesting thing. And spirituality is also abundance and joy and peace of mind. We teach that here. We don't teach to hold on, because when you hold on, you are stagnating your condition. When you circulate in your life and when you give, Spirit gives us more. That is the faith that has made us whole. Where is your faith? What are you putting your faith into? Are you putting your faith into a power that is greater than all of us are? Or are you putting your faith into the human world, which will tell you what you cannot do? Having the faith of God is such a strong faith. I can name many people in here without naming them who have had wonderful demonstrations. with their health, with their well-being, with work opportunities and blessings. You see, in this teaching, we treat and we move our feet. But we go forward with faith every day. Faith in a power that is greater than ours. Faith that says, yes, we can do this. Yes, this is only an appearance. Remember that? When you walk through an appearance, it is much easier to walk with faith than it is with vision. If you are constantly looking out there and watching all those limitations, you are not getting what you need, because the world will always give you more of that. You must then close your eyes and go, as Jesus, the master teacher, said, into the closet. That is meditation. That is going within and knowing the truth. Knowing that each and every one of you are a part of spirit. You are a spiritual system, whole, perfect, and complete. And as you know this truth more and more each and every day, your faith grows. Ernest Holmes said, faith can be developed. So how do we develop our faith? That is a good question. How do we develop our faith? We begin by knowing that we have faith in spirit. We have faith in God. The faith of God is what blesses, uplifts, and inspires and empowers us. It moves us forward in consciousness. So if you would like to demonstrate something, how many people in here have something they would like to demonstrate? Yes, unanimous. So last week I did a workshop, and people worked together with each other to write their goals down, and then we treated. So you keep treating until you make that demonstration. You keep treating until you know. There is something within you that will click. Your consciousness begins to change. Wayne Dyer spoke about this as the shift in consciousness. You go from that part of yourself that says no to the part of yourself that says yes. Spirit is always saying yes to us. We must open our spiritual eyes, and we must become a different version, a different vision of ourselves. We must know that we can have what we are looking for. There are many of you in this room right now that are so talented, filled with blessings. Share them. Share them with other people. What you share comes back to you multiplied abundantly. You know, I walked into this class. I took this class in the stock market. It was very interesting. And I walked into the class and I said, oh my goodness, I'm the only woman in here. And they all started laughing. And then one man said to me, you're in the wrong class. This is Auto Mechanics 101. So I picked up my bag and I walked out. He said, no, we're just joking. It really is the stock class. But the point I'm making is that when you want to do something, it doesn't matter who's in the room. That didn't bother me. I was the only woman there, so what? I can do this. With spirit guiding me, I can do anything. I don't need to put that stuff up that society talks about. It's a man's world and all the rest of that, and that's not true anymore. It's a man and a woman and children in everyone's world. We're all sharing it together. So I kept going in that class. I stayed there. I didn't walk out. I stayed. But it was a little unusual. I had never been in a classroom like that before. But I stayed there and I learned. But one of the things that I want to share with you, and this is where I differ. One of the men there said, I can't wait for the market to crash because I can make a lot of money. And I said to him, he was the teacher. I said, yeah, but what about all the rest of the people? See, that's what I do. That's where I go. You see, because when you want to make money, you want other people to also. Ernest Holmes speaks about this in The Science of Mind. If you just guard your good and think it's only mine, you are really not sharing. When you begin to share and want the same thing that you have for yourself for other people, that's when you begin to grow. That's when your abundance grows, your joy grows, your faith grows. Your faith in being able to do something. Now, if that was Auto Mechanics 101, I would not have stayed in that class. I can tell you that right now. No, that would not be me. I don't want to learn anything about auto mechanics. No. But the stock market is very fascinating. Think about something that you may want to learn about. It's never too late to learn. You see? People give us all this stuff about, well, only a certain group of people know all about this. I don't believe that. You see? And this teaching says to you, it is about what you are believing about yourself, not what the world is telling you. What are you believing for yourself? What are you accepting for yourself? The limitations of what people tell you? I started working in the stock market about 10 years ago. I took some classes and someone said to me, someone close to me, why are you doing this? You're never, blah, blah, blah. And I listened. That's an example because I didn't have the faith. Today I have the faith and I want to make this work and I will make it work. You see? What you announce about yourself with enthusiasm and passion becomes your truth. Someone had an operation this week and the person gave me a letter about her sister. And she wrote everything down that she wanted to demonstrate for her sister. And I did the treatment and we treated. And everything worked beautifully. You don't say, oh, I wonder if this is going to work or not. You say, this will work and I know it will work. You change your vocabulary. And you begin to use this power that was given to you. It is your God-given right. And I don't care what you're doing in life. Whether you're an artist, whether you manage a building or a business or anything like that, give it your best every day. Do the very best that you can. Honor people even when they don't honor you. You see? Honor people, honor and respect yourself, and that will build your faith because you will begin to see a change that comes upon you. And that change that comes upon you will light up your world. It will bless you. It will create for you whatever it is that you say you would like to have. I remember when Dr. Grayson used to do treatments for people, and he would always say, do you really want this? Because he knew that when he spoke the word, that you would demonstrate that. He would always say that. Ask yourself that question. What is it that you are looking for? And then begin to announce to yourself, I am having this, I am doing this, I am being this. I am becoming more and more of who and what I am each and every day. This is a gift that has been given to you by Spirit. You are part of a divine heritage, each and every one in this room. Part of a divine heritage. And that divine heritage is the spirit of life. Be open and aware. Be open with faith. Be open with the power of conviction. When you know who you are, it doesn't matter who's in the classroom. You see? I stayed there, and I learned a lot. I have more to learn, and I will continue to learn. And I will also continue to work in this area with treatment and all of the work that I do in ministry. But I love to learn. Anybody with me on that? Lifelong learners, yes. Nobody can tell you that, I remember when I was 40. Wow, does anyone remember? Some of you probably are under 40 in here, I don't know. But anyway, when I was 40, I thought I was so old. Can you imagine? What a waste, really. You're 40 and you're old, are you kidding me? Life is just beginning at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, you name it. John McCain passed away, and Aretha Franklin passed away last week. We lost two great luminaries in our world. And John McCain's mother is 106 years old. And Aretha Franklin passed, and she was 87, 88? 77? Okay, 76, 77? Okay. And they both brought their own gifts to the world, regardless of how you may look at it. I'm not doing politics here, no way. But what I'm saying is that they brought their gifts. They believed in their gifts. Believe in your gift and give it. Give your gift. And give it with a passion. The music. It's given with a passion. When you bring passion into everything that you do, you light up your world because there is a light within you. And that light is always transforming your consciousness. And you are always being blessed by it. I want to share a little story that I heard. I was watching something about John McCain's mother. I watched a documentary about him on CNN. His mother, this is a true story. I love this story. The story, you'll really love it. She went to Europe at 97, and she called her son. She was 97 years old, and she said to her son, I'm going to Europe, and I'm going to rent a car and drive through Europe. He said, Mother, you're 97. You can't do that. You don't understand. You're not going to do that. So he said, you hire a car, go through Europe, have a nice time. She goes to the car rental office, and the guy says to her, Lady, we can't rent you a car. You're too old. You might get in an accident. Something might happen. She said, I'll tell you what. How much is that car that I wanted to rent? He said 30, 40,000, whatever. She handed him a credit card and said, it's mine. She bought the car and drove off and drove through Europe. 96, 97 years young. Years young, you see. No one could tell her that she was too old. Your mind never gets old if you will keep on working with it and let go of the race consciousness that's always telling you what you can't do. I should not have been in that room with all those men, right? Wrong. No. If I want to learn something, I don't care who's in the room. Are you with me? If I want to learn something or do something, I don't care what someone tells me. That is your faith. That is your faith in action. If I want to get better, I'm not going to focus on what's wrong with me. I'm going to focus on what's right with me. You see, that's the key. Having that faith and that passion and that courage and that conviction to move through everything regardless of appearances. You see? So some people, they're in their 50s or 60s and they don't have a job anymore. That's ridiculous. You do have a job. You go to spirit, you go within, you do your work, and you find the right and perfect position, the right and perfect employment. You let nothing and no one stop you. That's conviction. The courage of your convictions. The courage of your convictions. What are you thinking about and what will you bring about? You will bring about peace of mind, joy, abundance when you remember who you are. When you remember that you are always being blessed, uplifted, and inspired. I want to quote something again from Ernest Holmes, and I really, really do love this book also. This is what he speaks about in this book called Your Spiritual Power. And I love something that he says. He says, I knew that thou hearest me always. And he's talking about Jesus and the prayer that he spoke. He said this was a recognition of unity and oneness. No doubt, no fear, no uncertainty, no lack, limitation, or restriction, and no wistful thinking. He said, I knew. How simple, but how absolute. No denial. There is neither a wail of despair nor a form of hope. It is free from both these illusions. It is complete unification. When you know that you are working with God, you are working with God. Everything else falls away. All that is false falls away. I'll tell you again because I say it all the time. I'll be here 10 years in November. We'll all be here 10 years in November. November 2nd, 10 years. When we started, I used to tell people I started with nothing and how wrong I was. You see, when you think that way, it's not a good thing. You have to remind yourself each and every day when you wake up, okay, God, what are we going to plan today? Okay, Spirit, okay, Divine Intelligence, whatever you call it, what are you planning for me today? And the thing that I say to myself every day, and I want you all to say it without me saying it. Okay. Thank you. I ask for and receive divine guidance, and I am always divinely guided in all areas of my life. And as a result of that divine guidance, I have greater health, greater wealth, greater self-expression, and more loving, harmonious relationships. I am blessed. You are blessed. We all are blessed, uplifted, and transformed by the renewing of our minds, by the faith that we have in the Absolute. The Absolute is always there for us. We are co-creators with it, always creating our greater good each and every day. We wake up with a new idea because each day is a new beginning. I wish I knew this when I was in my 20s. Yeah? Youth is wasted on all the wrong people. Well, there are a lot of people now that are in the teaching, and there are a lot of things now that are being presented out there. You know, I just heard about a new paradigm, which I love. I love this idea that young people are beginning to create a new paradigm, which is that it's not me against you or you against me. It's us. It's we. So when you substitute that idea, that new paradigm shift, That's what we're talking about in our teaching. Our mission worldwide and globally is to create a world that works for everyone. Think about that. For every person in this room to help to create that. We are the pioneers. We are the ones that go ahead and go out there. And I always say, people call us crazy. I'd rather be called crazy, trust me. I love the teaching. I love the work. It works if you work it. How many times have you heard that? How many times have you practiced it? Practice each and every day. Don't just come here and listen to me. Go home and practice. Practice your prayer work. Get a prayer partner. Today we have our group treatment. I forgot to say that. So after the service, we have a group treatment for everyone. I'm available, and Barbara and Emily, we're all going to do treatment for you this morning in a group. So whatever you would like, you write it down, and we treat for you. It's a service that we give to you. On other occasions, we have practitioners here that also do treatment work. How many people have benefited from this center? Thank you. That's a testimonial. This is not about me. It's about us. It's about we. It's about shifting that whole idea that only one person matters. No. Or one group matters. All groups matter. We have to get to that because we want to make the world a better place. It's a world that works for everyone. And when we have that idea and we come from love, listen to me, all that is false will fall away. And you understand where I'm going with falseness? Falseness is when people are negative and when they want to come against something, all that is false falls away. When you have an idea about yourself and you treat that way, and you say that I am at one with the peace, the goodness, the wholeness, and the harmony of God, the great spirit, the divine intelligence within me, is creating for me each and every day anew. And I am so blessed and so enriched. Your words have power. Know that. Accept that. Go within and ask yourself, what would you like to demonstrate during this day? And know that you have a wonderful life. Encourage yourself. Bless yourself. Know that everything is working for you. Let go of the idea that anything works against you. Even when there are appearances, we walk through them and we keep going. My teacher taught me that a long time ago. He said that in treatment, we only look at the denials as an appearance. We don't want to hold on to them. We want to let them go into the nothingness from whence they came. And so faith is so important, the power of conviction. And I'd like to close this lesson out with something else from Dr. Ernest Holmes, and then I'll do another spiritual mind treatment. So, I'm looking for the one thing that he talks about here where he says, the knowingness of the Spirit we call contemplation of the Word. That which the Spirit knows becomes the law of its action, and this is the way. The law of its action. We must have faith in faith and overcome fear by the presence of faith. Do you hear that? I'll say it again. We must have faith in faith and overcome fear by the presence of faith. The presence and the power of faith. I'm going to create a new treatment for you right now. The beauty of treatment is you can create it anytime and anywhere. You can go into the silence and pray. You can pray for something good for yourself. So think about something that you would like to demonstrate, and let's know the truth together. As I speak this word for each and every one in this room, I am knowing, understanding, and completely accepting that God, the power for good, the divine invisible power that shapes our lives, is moving us out into life to be greater creators of good. We are co-creators with the One, for we are at one with this One. And each and every one of us is a gifted artist. Each one contemplates that good in consciousness right now and knows this truth, that when God is for us, there is nothing and no one that can be against us. And we say yes to having more faith. We say yes to practicing the presence on a daily basis. Each day is a new day. Each day brings a blessing. This word is the truth. Any thoughts that would negate it are dissolved. And each and every one of us are free. We are inspired, we are uplifted, and we are blessed. And by this word, each and every person creates a demonstration for himself or herself, a demonstration of greater faith. Faith in ability, faith in talent, and faith in the joy of life, for life is truly joyful. And this is the truth for each and every one of us. And with love and gratitude for the wonderful way that Spirit is at work in our lives, I place the word into law knowing it is done for us. So be it, and together we say, and so it is. And that is the way it is. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hope you'll enjoy this song. I wrote it many years ago, and the meaning is, it's come more and more to me, and closer. I feel closer to what it really means now.
Beautiful voice of Melba. Beautiful music of Yolichi. Thank you. Really wonderful. Thank you so much.